Walking down these empty streets, echoes of the past I meet. Lost and wandering for so long, searching for where I belong. Sunrise breaking through the night, guiding me back to the light. Every step feels like a prayer, promises hang in the air. Come back home, heal your heart, where the love never parts. Come back home, find your peace. In this place, your pain will cease. Memories of laughter and tears, answers to my deepest fears. In these walls I find my truth, washing away the years. Ruth, oh, the road was long and rough, but my spirit's had enough. Here in the sanctuary, healing feels extraordinary. Come back home, heal your heart, where the love never parts. Come back home, find your peace. In this place, your pain will cease.
Here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Dear Brother and Dear Sister podcast. Again, I'm streaming live on both channels this morning because I'm doing a series on shame and how to deal with shame. And so, again, most of these topics that I will cover because I have both podcasts, the Dear Brother podcast, the Dear Sister podcast. I think there's some life issue subjects that I just feel like cross the line of both women and men. And so I'm streaming live on both. Good morning. So good morning to subscribers and new visitors on Dear Sister Podcast, Dear Brother Podcast, and I'm also streaming live on Facebook this morning. So good morning, everybody. Again, I'm talking about shame. I've been talking about shame for about 3 days. You will see this go into a playlist, a separate playlist. I'm going to put this in on my on my YouTube page. Okay, so you'll see this right in the page. Again, good morning, everybody. Make sure that you like and subscribe and share. I don't usually say that a lot because my focus is on really what I try to give you guys every morning or whatever I podcast. But I know people are telling me it's important to tell people to like and subscribe and share. At the same time, I want to thank all my new subscribers. Listen, y'all. I started in July of this year, late July of this year, and we're in December, and we're pushing toward 1,000 subscribers already, y'all. And so that's major for me. Listen, I remember having my first 5 subscribers, and it was like the best thing in the world. And so to have be almost at 1,000 subscribers, I want to thank everybody who's been liking and subscribing. My show wouldn't be anything without you guys. Without you. So thank you, everybody, so much for liking and commenting. I get so much joy out of responding to comments. It's just a great community. I mean, I've seen people from all over the world send messages about how certain things healed them and blessed them. And these certain words are just helping people. Listen, guys, I'm nobody. I'm somebody who's been through a whole hell of a lot. I mean, I lost my parents earlier. I lost my child. I mean, I've been homeless. I've been through all kinds of things, man. And I'm just grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to be able to share what I have with all of you. So good morning, everybody. Again, I'm teaching on shame this morning. I'm teaching on the difference between conviction and shame, and I got to stop and pause because I'm doing this topic because somebody yesterday got in the comments. Brian asked a question yesterday, 22 hours ago. Brian watched one of my videos, and Brian said, "Hey, Christian, can you speak on the concept of conviction people feel for wrongdoing and how it's conflated with shame. Thanks for the talk. And so, Brian, good morning, my brother. I hope that you are going to catch this live, or that you're going to be on here, or whatever you catch this video. But this thing I'm teaching because you asked me for it. All right. And guys, don't I love hearing from you. So in the comments, comment. That's my biggest thing. Just getting on here teaching is not my thing. I've been on stages all of my life. It feels good to be in my home, being able to talk to you guys in the morning. So get in the comments, talk to me. If you have certain things you're saying, Christian, listen, I want you to touch this topic. Can you teach on this? I'm glad to do it, y'all. I have no agenda but to help people. I'm not into being a capitalist. I'm into human capital, building people up. And so whatever you want to hear me teach about, or something, you have a subject, you're like, look, can you cover that? Get in my comments, put it in there. Email me at christian@christianwinters.com. But good morning, everybody. I'm teaching this morning about the difference between conviction and shame, finding freedom from self-condemnation. We do that a lot. We self-condemn a whole lot. Listen, before I go on my website, y'all. I have a new ebook up. All right, Removing the Shame Part 1. This is a 3-parted ebook that I wrote, and I put the first part out. So go on my website, christianwinters.com. $5 right now for this ebook. You can go grab this ebook for $5 right now. I've been teaching on this for the last 3 weeks. And so you can go on here and grab this book for $5 right now at christianwinters.com. It's an ebook, so it'll come straight to you. As soon as you put your payment in and you hit the button, you'll have that book right now within seconds. And for some of you out there that are dealing with mental and emotional fatigue, especially during these holiday times, you guys is dealing with mental and emotional fatigue, I wrote an ebook for you as well. It's on my website, christianwinters.com. Overcoming Fatigue is available to you right now. Go to christianwinters.com, grab it. Both of these books are on sale for $5 right now. Good morning again, everybody. I'm streaming live to the Dear Brother podcast and the Dear Sister podcast because I'm teaching on shame, all right? Let me look and see who's in the comments and say good morning to my friends. Good morning, Xavier. Good morning, Rakira. Good morning, my sister. Good morning, Philly. Y'all in the building this morning. Let me go in here. Since y'all in the room, let's go in. Let's talk about conviction versus shame. And let's also talk about self-condemnation. Jump in that chat, everybody. If you're here on YouTube, hit the like button. All right. Let's talk about self-condemnation. Let me ask y'all a question. Why do we self-condemn so much? Y'all help me out this morning. Why do we self-condemn so much? Why do you think it is that we're so hard on ourselves? Because one thing I learned, y'all, is that nobody's harder on you than you. Nobody. You'll wear yourself out. The danger is, the reason why I want to teach on shame, and I felt so passionate about teaching, and on self-condemnation, because I know me, y'all, I condemn myself bad. It's terrible. Like, it's terrible, where I really need help. Like, I really need to go to counseling. I'm going to go to counseling to talk about why I self-condemn so bad. Anybody else out there deal with that you self-condemn? Very hard on yourself. Can't do anything right. Can't do anything enough. Just on your back all the time. The danger of being on your back all the time. Listen, I believe in self-confrontation. I don't believe in self-condemnation. Let me say that again, y'all. I believe in self-confrontation. There's a difference, y'all, between confronting yourself and condemning yourself. There's a big difference. And a lot of you have lived in depression and suppression. A lot of you have been stuck for very many years because of your inability to give yourself a break. And I say it all the time. I say it to my kids, and God knows I need to start saying it to myself. There are enough people in this world that will be mean to you. There's enough people in this world that are looking to be unkind to you. There's enough people on your back. You don't need to add the pressure to you. You hear me? There's a difference. There's a difference between self-condemnation and self-confrontation. All right. And so, number one, I want to tell you the difference because conviction conviction and shame both have a voice. All right. Shame has a voice. Let me tell you what shame's voice sounds like. And y'all let me know in the chat if you ever heard this. This is what shame's voice sounds like. When you make a mistake, you know what conviction says? Conviction says you did something wrong. How can we make it right? Shame says something is wrong with you. There's no hope for you. See, there's two different voices, and you got to know the distinct difference between those voices so you're not balling yourself up, right? This is what some of you do. This is what some of you do to yourself every morning. See, this is bad, y'all. Right? And then for some of you that are spiritual, or some of you that are spiritual, you're a Christian, or you're a Muslim, or Jewish brother, Hindu, whatever you're, every week you go to your worship service and you try to straighten yourself out, right? Or Friday you go to the masjid, you say your prayers and you try to straighten yourself out. You go to the synagogue, you go through your traditions, try to straighten yourself out. But then, soon as you feel like you're not being a good enough parent, a good enough husband, a good enough wife, right? See, you got to get tired of doing this to yourself, right? This eventually becomes too much. How long can you do this before you give up on yourself? What I'm trying to do today is I'm trying to get some of y'all to straighten yourself out. And this is the thing. You see the wrinkles that are in this paper? You see the wrinkles that are here? Let me take it out. See the wrinkles all in that paper? Guess what? So what? You know what these wrinkles represent? These wrinkles represent that you've been through something and you were able to come out of it. Don't keep on balling yourself up. You know what these lines in your life are? These lines in your life, these lines are stories of how you've overcome. These lines are stories of how you've made it over and over again. These lines are stories. We're about to hit the new year. All the times you said, I can't make it. I'm not going to be able to do it. I can't do it, right? These are stories. Hang in there and get off your back. Come on, camera. We got to focus today. All right? And so you got to know the difference between the voice of shame and the voice of condemnation, right? And you ride yourself too much. The real energy, y'all, the energy you need to put in, because listen, it takes the same energy to beat yourself up as it takes to heal yourself. It takes the same amount of energy to beat yourself up that it takes to heal yourself. See, the decisions decide, right? And I want to say some of this to y'all, and I don't want to hurt nobody because I know a lot of people believe in the New Year's thing and New Year's resolutions and everything else. But let me tell you something. Anything that's going to change in your life starts with a decision. Decisions decide your future, not January 1st. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Understand this. And if I offend you, it's because I love you. But year after year, we convince ourselves to make these New Year's resolutions and all this. No. Decisions decide. You can be different tomorrow. You can be different in June. You can be different next week. You can be different in the next seven minutes of your life. Why? Because decisions decide. Not days, not years, not birthdays. Decisions decide. Decisions decide. All right. And you got to know that you have the power to make a decision today. You hear what I'm saying? My brother, my sister, you have power to make a decision today to no longer walk in shame. Okay? Shame makes you feel like you can't ever get up. What shame says is move on, but don't heal. Conviction causes you to heal. Shame says move on. And I think that I'm talking to some people out there now. You've been moving on with shame for the last 15, 20 years, right? And what the world tells you, oh, you're strong. No. Strength is not just getting up and dusting yourself off and moving on. Strength is dealing with what happened. So it's not a pattern in your life. See, the thing is, y'all, we got to learn to break the patterns in our life. You got to get off that roller coaster, right? That takes you up and takes you down and takes you in circles. The greatest thing you can ever do for yourself is look for a level of consistency. Consistency is what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. Consistency. You being consistent. Because guess what? We look for that from other people. As you're single, you're dating, you're married, you look for consistency from your spouse. You look consistency from the person you're dating. The thing you should be looking for is consistency from yourself. Get off the roller coaster. Let me see who's in the chat. Good morning, everybody. Let me see who's in the chat. Good morning. Yolanda. Good morning, my brother William. Good morning, my brother. See, y'all understand what I'm saying? You got to get to the point where you know that conviction restores you. But shame condemns you. Shame condemns you. Shame will tell you you can't move into tomorrow because of yesterday. But I'm going to throw this in. Y'all know how I end the show every day. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Now, I say that to end my show, but let me spend a few seconds. Let's talk about that for a minute. Yesterday is history. It is. It is. Listen, it doesn't matter what happened to you yesterday. It is history now. It is history. It is history. And tomorrow is a mystery. So listen, a lot of us get stuck because we don't know, my God. Ooh, we don't know how to live in the state we're in. We don't. I'm going to tell you, a lot of us spend a lot of time either discussing the past or plotting the future. And we spend very little or no time dealing with where we currently are. Come on. Come on. And that's the world. That's what the world systems tell us. Plan. I'm not against planning, but I'm going to tell you, you don't know. You can put all the plans together all you want. There's still what am I looking for? It's still there's an unknown factor about tomorrow, right? Listen, this may sound sad, but it's true. I might not be here tomorrow, right? I might not be here tomorrow. I gotta be able to live in the power of now. Oh man. I hope I'm helping y'all this morning. I gotta live in the power of right now. That's what I have. I got now. The question is, why aren't you living in now? Why are you so concerned about what you didn't do yesterday and what you're trying to do tomorrow? You can't pull yesterday back into now. You can't. You can study yesterday and see what you could have done better, but you can't change yesterday, right? And some of us say, well, I'll change it tomorrow. Tomorrow may never come. If I ever pastor again, that's to be the first message I ever teach in my church. Tomorrow may never come. What are you doing with the now? What are you doing with the relationships you have now? What are you doing with the opportunities you have now? Or are you allowing shame to separate you from the strength you live in today because you're so worried about yesterday or you're so concerned about where you're going? You hear me? So number one, finding the freedom from self-condemnation is what we're dealing with today. Number one, conviction restores. Shame condemns. Number two, let's get into it. What's the purpose of conviction? Right? Nothing wrong with being convicted. In fact, I believe, y'all, that there's not enough conviction in the world right now. There's too much shame. There's too much shame and not enough conviction. Hey guys, let me pause for a health moment. Guys, gentlemen, I'm talking to gentlemen specifically. Gentlemen, when you wake up in the morning, go get you some water, 90 seconds in the microwave, throw some lime in it. Start your day every day like that. If you think it's nasty, look, deal with it. We got to stay healthy, y'all. I've been on dialysis. I'm going to this is my commercial break. I've been on dialysis, right? Thank God in 2020, I got a kidney, but I'm going to tell you, take care of yourself, and y'all don't wait till you old. Take care of yourself, because if you're going to be effective in this world, you it's a must. All right. And while I'm on my commercial, hey, if you're in the room right now, go to christianwinters.com. Buy the first portion of this ebook. Who caused your delay? Removing the shame. Go to my website right now, christianwinters.com. $5 ebook available to you right now. All right. And for some of you who are battling with mental and emotional fatigue, another ebook available right there on christianwinters.com. As soon as you click the button and pay the discounted $5, that book will be right with you. All right. Let's get back into it. What's the purpose of conviction? The purpose of conviction in your life is necessary because it leads you to truth. You ever thought you were right? Anybody here ever thought you were right? And then you start feeling like maybe, I don't know. Conviction leads you to truth. And you know what? Allow yourself to be convicted. Don't allow yourself to be under shame, but allow yourself to feel conviction. What conviction does is it shapes you for a better you, right? It shapes you to be a better human being, my brothers and sisters. That's what the purpose of conviction is. And again, we don't have enough of conviction in the world. People aren't connected. We're living in the world. Let me slow down, because I feel a God moment right here. We live in a moment right now where people are being desensitized. People are being desensitized to what's really going on, right? Desensitized. I mean, people are getting hurt, harmed. The other day, this morning, I saw something scrolling that a school shooting happened yesterday. You didn't even hit the news. I'm a spiritual man, y'all. I'm a principled man and I teach principles, but I'm a spiritual man that I can see the shifts and what's going on in the world. I'm not talking about the church. I'm talking about the world. If you're really spiritual, you should be able to see what's going on in the world. And if you can really understand what's happening in the world now, people are being desensitized to the worst things. Look in politics. We've never seen, and this is not a political show, but we've never seen what we see in politics. We're now seeing what's happening in Hollywood. Why? Because we've gotten so desensitized that it's almost like this stuff is nothing anymore. For people to lose or people to be harmed, there's not enough conviction in the world. And guess what? If there's not enough conviction in the world, as a man, as a leader, as a woman, make sure that you have conviction in your life and make sure you teach your kids to have a sense of conviction when they're wrong. Oh man, Christian, listen, I'm trying. I don't know if I'm cooking. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm saying something because the day we live in now, I'm telling you that the enemy against us all is to desensitize you. Right? To desensitize you, because if he can desensitize you, you won't even see yourself as you are. You will view yourself through the lens of mistakes and not view yourself through the lens of purpose. Oh man, let's get into it. The purpose of conviction is to lead you to truth. It leads you to repentance. What's repentance? Repentance is not God, I'm sorry, or somebody, I'm sorry. Repentance is an act of change. Repentance is looking at where I was and saying, what do I need to shift in my life? This only happens, ladies and gentlemen, through self-reflection. Well, you need a constant state of self-reflection. You don't just need to self-reflect when things are tough or things aren't going right. You need to learn the power of self-reflection on a consistent basis. Because as long as you're judging you, when I say judging, not harshly, but self-reflecting to know you, you'll never get stuck in the weeds because you know you. Oh my goodness. Let me see who's in the chat. Good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, my sister. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, y'all. Cheryl is on Facebook. Cheryl is a brilliant author, especially you ladies. Cheryl's a brilliant author, and I want you guys to go check out Cheryl Hurley on, let me put her name up. Go check out Cheryl Hurley. Go on Facebook if you're on Facebook and check out Cheryl Hurley this morning. All right. She's a brilliant writer, especially for you ladies. Go check her out. Good morning, Yolanda. Let me see. All right. I just wanted to bring y'all up. Good morning, Rakir. Good morning, and Philly. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. All right. All right. So let's get back into it. We're talking about defining freedom from self-condemnation. Again, I'm going to put this question on the table. Anybody here ever found yourself bound in self-condemnation? Who in the room is too hard on yourself? Anybody here too hard on yourself? Good morning, Jessica C. Good morning, my sister. Good morning, my sister. All right. Anybody here too hard on yourself? And let me ask y'all, why is it? Why you think you're too hard on yourself? Are we hard on self because that's how we grew up? I grew up. Listen, I think part of the reason I'm hard on myself is my dad was real hard on me. Right? Great dad, but that dude was hard on me. He was a Vietnam vet. You know, he's a black man coming through the roughest times, the civil rights and all that. That dude raised me hard, right? And again, I'm hard on myself because of it. Watch this. I was hard on my children, right? I was hard on my children. I was hard on my children. Make sure they were sharp, right? I was trying to prepare them for the world. Christian, was that wrong? No. But at the same time, I think that watch how you were raised, y'all. A lot of times you'll push that same agenda and you won't even know it, right? And see, part of that being raised hard, when you're raised hard, many times you don't know the difference between conviction and shame. Because a lot of times people teach you to feel bad about yourself instead of teaching you how to grow past your mistake. Let me say that again, y'all, because that's heavy, right? Don't teach your children to feel bad about themselves for what they've done. Teach them how to feel the conviction of what they've done, to look for change, not condemnation. Even when you discipline your children, teach them a conviction. There's so much I can say. But teach your children conviction. Don't teach them condemnation. Conviction brings change. Condemnation breeds guilt and doubt. You don't want to birth that in your children. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And for some of y'all that know, that grew up in a hard family or hard way or whatever happened, you don't want to give to your children what was given to you. You don't. It's something better out here, y'all. All right? Often, okay. Often, Takoa is saying often, Often harden yourself. Philly, Philly, I am too, Let me see. William Counsel, my guy in the building. The effects of life can validate bad thoughts. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Absolutely. But this is the thing. The bad thought. Let's take the concept of the bad thought, Will. The bad thought, what has to happen with the bad thought is you got to know the difference between shame and conviction. Again, let me say this because I said it earlier. I want to say it again. Both shame and conviction have a voice. They have a voice. And the voice of conviction says, you did something wrong. What can we do to make this right? You did something wrong. What can we learn about ourselves? Shame says, you are something wrong. And there's nothing you can do to get past this. Right? This is, a lot of you walked in shame and a lot of you have walked in shame relationally. And that's why a lot of you walk in a place of people pleasing, because you feel like shame makes you say, what can I do to fix this? What can I do? And it's not a lot of times what you can do. It's about sitting back, really embracing yourself again, right? Conviction is not about beating yourself down. It's about embracing yourself. I'm talking to somebody today, because a lot of you walk in shame because nobody ever embraced you after mistake. Whether it was your parents, your first husband, your first wife, your wife now, your first boyfriend, your big brother, big sister, somebody didn't embrace you when you had faults. Somebody beat you down for having those faults. And here you are 25, 30 years later, still not embracing yourself. Listen, I got a last point about embracing the grace, but I want to bring that up now, that I want somebody in this room, hallelujah, excuse me, y'all, I'm a spiritual man. I'll never deny it or run from it. Somebody in this room needs to start embracing grace for yourself. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I feel so strongly that somebody in this room needs to learn. You need to pause. You need to pause right now to learn grace, to learn to embrace grace for you. You haven't done it. And my hope is that this podcast is becoming an embrace for my brothers and an embrace for my sisters, because some of you have never received an embrace after a mistake or a hard time. You've been just getting together, get yourself together. And I'm not knocking the people in our lives who have done that, because maybe they didn't know any better. But this morning, I'm telling somebody, embrace grace for yourself. And please embrace grace for yourself. My goodness. Let me see. Cheryl, the narratives we told ourselves based on past experience. Absolutely. A lot of us are living in, we're buried alive. We're buried alive under our own negative words. We're buried alive under our own negative things, right? Right? The scripture says we're drawn by our own lustful desires. Right? This is a grown show. This ain't for the babies, right? This is a grown show. And I'm not talking about age. I'm talking about maturity. See, this is the show. This is the podcast. These are the podcasts that move people to stop blaming people for where they are. You will never grow blaming people. You just can't. It's just not possible. Right? But Christian, they did it. They hurt me really bad. Yep. And guess what? You waiting for them to come back? I tell y'all all the time, half the people that hurt you don't even remember they did it, or won't take no responsibility for it, or will take no responsibility for it. The goal is that sometimes you got to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. Put yourself on your own feet. For some of y'all Christians, lay hands on your own head and pray. You hear what I'm saying? For my Muslim brothers and sisters out there, you got to take that carpet and turn it toward the east in your own living room. You could be washing clothes in the basement. Go get your rug. You hear what I'm talking about? Because we need something beyond ourselves. Let me see. Mashira, good morning, my sister. I always say have great. Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you, Mashira. Embrace grace for you. Because listen, I tell you, the world has already got a system. The system of this world is to beat you down. The system in this world is to make you not feel proud of yourself, feel good about yourself. That's what the system of this world is. You have to embrace grace for yourself. If you don't, you will fold. Let me see. Good morning, my sister. Good morning. I'm glad you're in the building. Hey, y'all on Facebook. Let me tell y'all something. On Facebook, if you're on Facebook right now, please go to YouTube, right? Go to the Dear Brother Podcast or the Dear Sister Podcast, all right? They're both running on YouTube right now. All the people on Facebook, do me a favor. Go over to YouTube and join the Dear Brother or Dear Sister Podcast. I'm running live right now on the Dear Brother Podcast and the Dear Sister Podcast, all right? Go over there and join those podcasts and hit that subscribe button. Hey, while I'm taking a quick pause, go to my website right now. I'm teaching about shame. This is the third teaching on shame. I've been teaching about shame since Monday, y'all. I wrote an ebook about it. I wrote a 3-part ebook. I'm putting it out today, okay? I mean, this is out right now. Part 1 is out right now on my website, christianwinters.com. Go get it. It's on sale for $5. You can go get it. And for some of my brothers and sisters dealing with mental and emotional fatigue, I write these ebooks because I write from where I go through. I've gone through this, right? I was just, in fact, if y'all go back and look at some of my videos, 1 or 2 of my videos, I got on here very honest about my fatigue. I know what mental and emotional fatigue is. It will take you down, and shame loves for you to be stuck with mental and emotional fatigue. So go to my website right now, christianwinters.com. Both of these books are on sale for $5 ebooks. Go get them right now. All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with me during my commercial. Let me see who's in the building. Takoa, good morning, my sister. I work on having grace for myself daily, to be honest. Absolutely. This is the thing. In order to have grace for yourself, you got to slow your pace down. All right? In order to have grace for yourself, you have to slow your pace down. I feel like we spitting bars this morning. If you're going to have grace, you got to slow your pace. Bars. Right? If you're going to have grace, you got to slow your pace. You'll never have grace for yourself while you're right? Especially for you ladies and gentlemen out there, you got children, you're married, whatever's going on, you got your job, you're trying to get a promotion. You'll never have grace for yourself that way. The only way to have grace for yourself is to slow down. You can't have, my God, God, thank you, I feel you. You can't have grace for yourself on the run, because on the run, you'll always be thinking about what you didn't do, what you haven't done, what you got to do next. That's where shame comes in. Right? That's where shame comes in. No, you got to slow your pace. You got to take a pause. You got to think on the good things about yourself. Right? When was the last time you spent a little time enjoying the good things about yourself? Fast pace doesn't allow you to do that. All right? Fast pace doesn't allow you. Got to slow. There you go, Taco. I'm glad this is helping you, my sister. I hope it's helping everybody. Hey, guys, jump in that thing. Let's talk. Let's talk, because it's not just me teaching that's going to help us learn. It's going to be all of us, right? Yeah, that's the problem with most of it is pace. Taco, I dealt with the same thing. I'm trying to accomplish so much that it's like, it's an inner, my goodness, it's an inner accomplishment that we ignore. What are you winning in here? Right? Are you winning in here? Because what good is it if you get to the top and you lost your family? What good is it, y'all? If you get to the top and your kids don't love you, and I want to talk directly to my brothers right now. If you get to the top and your kids didn't know who you are, you didn't succeed. If you get to the top and you got blood on the bottom of your shoes for everybody you climbed on, you did not succeed. If you get to the top and you lost you did not succeed. If you get to the top having put on a character to get there and then you can't locate your authentic self, you did not succeed. Let me tell you something about the top. The air is thin and it will hurt you. If you're going to be at the top, you have to have a mask on your face called self-awareness. That's the only way you'll make it at the top, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only way you'll make it at the top. Let me see. Goodness gracious. I receive it. I give more grace to people than myself. Absolutely. We all try. We all give more to people than we give ourselves because especially, and I'm going to tell y'all something, especially some of you religious people, it's a trap. You're taught, give, 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 give. There has to be a self-investment, right? That's why the Bible talks so much about rest. There was a portion in the scripture where the Bible even told the farmers, he said, let the land rest for 7 days. God commanded the earth to even rest. Why? The command to rest is so that you can produce. See, some of you feel so guilty about rest. You can't produce without rest. Do you understand this? I need y'all to get this. This world wants to pace you to death. It wants you to drive and drive and drive until you can't do anymore. That's the system of this world. Let me take y'all back to the book of Genesis if you don't believe me. What happened with Adam? The Bible teach. The Bible says that Adam was walking with God in the cool of the day. That's how Adam was first described in the book of Genesis. He was walking with God in the cool of the day. Imagine that. The very words, listen to it. Walking with God in the cool of the day. But after shame hit him, the scripture says he was running around the garden naked, trying to find something to put on. Have you ever been walking with God, found yourself in a bad spot? Now you're running away from God and in circles, trying to hide yourself. That's what shame does. Conviction says you can make a comeback. Shame says you're done. And too many of you, for too many years, you've been feeling like you're done. You felt like you were done after your divorce. You're not done. You felt like you were done after you lost your job. You're not done. You said you thought you were lost after your sickness. You're not done. No, no, no. It's time to draw out from the ashes of what's been burned in your life and find power from what you lost. Because I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's not about what you gain in this life. It's about what you're willing to lose. Losers is the ones who win. All dogs go to heaven. Y'all hear what I'm saying? It's what you lose. It's what you lose. It's what you lose. It's that shame. It's the shame that wants to bruise you. It's the shame that wants to make you feel inadequate. It's the shame that wants to make you feel like you're not lovable. It's the shame of a bad marriage that will make you feel like no one can ever love you again or you can't love nobody else. It's the shame of not having parented like you wanted to and now you feel so horrible. No, if you can change your mind, my God, you can change your life. If you can change your thoughts about yourself, you can change your life, but you got to be free from shame and move over into conviction. Conviction gives you another shot. Shame wants to bury you in a hole. Shame, shame, shame. Right? Number 3, how shame distorts conviction. Shame wants to confuse conviction. Shame wants to say, you feel bad about yourself, don't you? Stay there. Stay there. No. I can walk this thing out, right? Because what you have to do is turn your mistakes, turn it away. You have to separate your mistakes from your identity. You have to separate your mistakes from your identity. What are you saying to us, Christian? I'm saying you're not the mistakes you've made. You can become the mistakes you made if you sit there too long. But you're not the mistakes you have made. You're not the mistakes you made. You have to separate yourself. Don't identify, right? Don't identify with the mistake you made. It was a mistake you made. Don't let shame make you sit there and sit with it. Y'all know the back in the day they had the old toilets. Well, I feel like come on, camera. Back in the day, they had the old toilets, right? And the old toilets that they used to have, I gotta get my focus together, y'all. What is going on? The old toilets they used to have had the flush handle, and nobody wanted to touch that, right? It's nasty. It's nasty to touch this flush handle. So what they did was, in the public bathrooms now, you'll see a little box with a little light that blinks. And when you're in front of that toilet, whatever you're doing, right, that light is there. And when that light sees you move, it will flush everything. That's what that light is there for. It monitors who's in front of it. And when you walk away, all the waste and mess goes away. Let me tell you something that God gave me a revelation about. Sometimes you spending too much time trying to fix an issue, when really, if you walk away, it goes away. It makes no sense to sit there and study the mess. Walk away. The mess goes away. Some of you have wasted years trying to study why people are acting how they're acting. You'll never understand that. I was in a very toxic marriage, and one of the things I did to myself, the mistakes I made in that marriage, was trying to figure out why this person is acting like this. Why do they operate like this? Why? And while I'm dying, while she's trying to kill me, I'm trying to figure out why. She's throwing a knife. I'm trying to figure out, oh, why is she holding a knife that way? Dude, you're about to die. You know what I had to wake up one day and do? I had to wake up, go to the courthouse, get some divorce papers, and divorce her. Not because I didn't like her, not because I didn't love her, because she was going to kill me. And me studying the person that's trying to kill me is only going to get me killed. Sometimes the only thing you can do is walk away. The only thing you can do is walk away. Especially after you've tried and tried and tried. But you know what shame said? Shame said, you can't walk away from this. In fact, shame told me, you deserve this. And I'm going to tell y'all, I told this story before in one of my other videos. I was sitting in a dialysis machine. I had wires all in my arm. I'm sitting there, 165 pounds. I'm dying every day. I feel my life slipping away from me. And she's on my phone yelling and screaming at me about something. I'm paying every bill we have. I'm pastoring churches. I'm still traveling the country preaching while I'm on dialysis. And I have my wife sitting there going off on me like I'm worth nothing. I looked at my arm. I looked at the chair I'm sitting in while I'm on dialysis. And I said, soon as I get off dialysis, I don't care how tired and beat up I am, I'm headed to the courthouse to get divorce papers. Why? Because I had to make a decision to save my life. And I'm going to tell you, I believe beyond a shadow of a doubt that if I had not decided to walk away from that, I would not be sitting in here strengthening you right now. Sometimes the thing you're scared to walk away from, it gives you the strength you need for your future. Walk away. When God tells you to walk away, you better walk away. It will save your life. And for some of y'all, let me say this before I go to the chat. For some of y'all that are in toxic relationships, stop trying to sit there and understand that human being. If that human being is trying to mold you, take you down, if you're losing who you are inside of a relationship and somebody's intentionally trying to separate your strength from your weakness and bring you and make you brittle, you must walk away. You must walk away. Let me see. Let me see. I'm recovering from having cancer twice. I was left with nerve damage. It gets me down a lot. See, this is the question you always got to ask yourself. Who can I strengthen from what I went through? Who can I strengthen from what I went through? Right? Y'all see me a lot of times. I talk about, let me put it up. This book right here. I wrote 6 books. This one right here. This one I wrote homeless while sitting in a borrowed car. Right? What I decided to do is I'm not going to let what I'm going through kill me. I'm going to strengthen somebody from it. I wrote this book y'all see right here from a borrowed car, homeless, living in a parking lot of a cancer center. I decided I'm not dying. The only way for me to keep on living was for me to find a way to help somebody else. Brothers, that's why I want you to get this book. It's not about me making money. The book, $15. I can't, right? It's not about me making money. It's about, this is where I learned that the greatest thing for a man is to find himself and find his way home. And let me tell you something, gentlemen. Sometimes home is the woman you left that you loved and couldn't handle, wasn't strong enough. Sometimes it's going back, right? Sometimes it's not. Sometimes home is a place in here or in your heart. Home for a lot of you brothers is the place you felt most accepted. You felt most strong. You felt most capable. Go home. Go home, bro. Your life is confused because you won't go home. You will not go home. And again, sometimes home is going inside of yourself. You're spending so much time trying to survive and get back at people. And no. Forget all that. Listen, you don't even want your success to be tied to getting back at nobody. No. When you succeed, you want to be free to move on. That you're not succeeding for somebody else. You're succeeding for you. Brothers, wherever home is, go there. Go there because the enemy will love to destroy you. Every man needs home. What's home? Peace of mind, peace of heart, self-acceptance. Go home, bro. Go freaking home, man. Let me see. Cheryl, I got to leave, but I will be watching this again. Thank you, my sister. Continue speaking truth. You talking right. Thank you so much, sister. That means so much to me, y'all. I'm telling you, these compliments, y'all, when y'all speak into my life, it means so much. I'm no hero. Listen, y'all. Let me see. Tekoa, my God, you are speaking good. Thank you, my sister. Listen, y'all. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, my sister. Straight like that. Shame will keep you in situations that literally steal your joy. Walk away. Walk away, y'all. Walk away. Walk away. Let me see. Natasha, this brought me to tears because I know I need to walk away. I even pray and ask God to show me signs. And guess what? He showed me all the signs. I literally feel dead because I'm trying to hold on to someone I know I should let go of. Let me tell you something. Sis. It's going to kill you. Listen to me. Come here. Natasha, come here. It's going to kill you. I'm talking from experience. And I'm sure there's some other people in this room that can talk from the same experience. It's going to kill you. Sister, listen to your brother. It's going to kill you. Toxic relationships will kill you. I'm talking about true toxic. True toxic. I'm not talking about we call somebody toxic because we can't agree. No. That's not toxic. I'm talking about true toxic, true narcissistic relationship. It's designed to kill you. Right? Stop trying to be a superhero in a toxic relationship. It's designed to kill you. And let me tell you something, brothers. Don't let women convince you that the only people that are toxic are men. No. Because Relationship Friday is tomorrow. And I'm going to talk about abusive relationships tomorrow. And let me tell you something. Don't get it twisted. There are some very, very, very abusive women in this world. Don't get it twisted. If you're in a toxic situation, you have to walk away. It's designed to kill you. I'm not saying this over and over because I have nothing else to say. I'm telling you, I've been in one. And listen, I'm not even blaming the person anymore. What I realized when somebody's moving like that to destroy you, that's not even human. That's spiritual. I divorced her and forgave her. You hear me? Because when somebody's moving like that, that's not human. That's what allows me to forgive because it's not human. It's spiritual. Tekoa, please walk away, sis. I left my last relationship. My health literally, see what I'm saying? Because y'all got to understand another thing about shame is shame starts in the mind, but it ends in the body. Shame starts in the mind, but the goal is for it to end in the body. There's a lot of sickness, disease, inflammation, and a lot of things you experience in your body, brothers and sisters, that come from mental anguish. It's shame. The goal is for you to die. Straight like that. The goal is for you to die, not to feel bad. The goal is for you to die. This is why I'm teaching this. This is why I'm teaching. This is the 3 parts. In fact, I'm going to keep on teaching it. I might start next Monday, keep on teaching on shame. Next time I'm going to teach on guilt. And then next I'm going to teach on doubt. Because these 3 elements, right? The soul is made up of the mind, the will, and emotions. The 3 enemies of the soul is guilt, shame, and doubt. Y'all hear me? The soul is made up of the mind, the will, and emotions. Every one of us have a soul. The soul is made up of 3 parts, the mind, the will, and the emotions. There's 3 enemies against the mind, the will, and the emotions. That's shame, guilt, and doubt. That's why I'm teaching this thing like this. Let me get back. All right. So Number 4, discern the difference, right? Conviction inspires action and change. Shame wants to immobilize you. When you're convicted about something, it inspires you to change. But when it's shame, it immobilizes you. It's when you can't get out the bed. It's when you don't want to open the windows. See, a lot of times we just call that depression. Shame. You don't want to open the windows. You don't want to go outside, right? It begins to take your appetite. Shame. I'm telling you, it's not a teacher. It's a terrorist. Shame will terrorize you. Shame will terrorize you. Shame will make you feel like you have no hope. It's deeper than just depression. Shame has a voice that speaks. Depression has a feeling. Shame has a voice. Shame immobilizes you. Shame will keep you in something you don't belong in. You hear me, Natasha? Shame will make you think, I can fix this. Shame and pride. Number 5, how we overcome shame. Let me see the chat, and I'll come right back to that. Let me see. Yes, I have to divorce him. He told me to my face that he was going to make me suffer for the rest of my life with 2 kids. I'm telling all my business, but we all need family. But we family. Yes, we are family. That's the community. Y'all hear what I'm saying? That's what this community is about. Safe places where ain't nobody in this room ain't can't have and avoid drama, and we need each other. And especially on these here internet streets. These internet streets are disastrous. That's why I got on the internet, because I saw too much crap ruining people's lives, especially relationship advice. It's horrible. That's why I'm here. Hey, hit the like button, y'all. Y'all on Facebook? If you're on Facebook right now, please go over to the Dear Brother Podcast or the Dear Sister Podcast on YouTube. Everybody hit that like button. Hit that like button on this video. Make sure you share it too with other people in your life that you know need this kind of talk, all right? Let me see. Listen, sis, that you hear me tell my business all the time on here, because we all need community. Shame wants us to die in isolation. Shame wants us to go somewhere and hide. No, you can't get answers when you hide. I'm proud of you, Natasha. Let me see. This was me all weekend. I didn't eat for 3 days. Didn't get out of bed. You see, this is why this podcast is God led, y'all. This is why I tell you I'm a spiritual man, because God tells me what to teach on here. He tells me what to teach, and I see why. Thank God for you, sister. Thank God for your sister. Let me see. Yes, I told myself I can make it work. You can't. The only thing you can do in a toxic relationship is die. I mean, sometimes I wish I can say stuff nicer, but this is what Big Brother is here for. That's why I started the Dear Brother Podcast and the Dear Sister Podcast, to shoot straight, to help you with life. Because all the patty caking is going to destroy us, y'all. Let me see. All right. Let me got. You know what? I want to share this too. I want to talk about this self-condemnation. The first thing I want y'all to do is recognize the source of it. Right? Where is this coming from? These bad feelings, these constant bad feelings about yourself, where are they coming from? You got to recognize the source of the thing, y'all. In order to change the situation, you got to recognize the source of the thing. What's the source? Why do you feel the way you do about yourself? You got to recognize the source. Ask yourself, converse with yourself, right? Call on yourself. Where is this shame attack coming from? What person? What experience? Because then you can go directly to the source of it. Well, shame wants to leave you confused, always trying to figure it out. No. Shame doesn't want you to get to the source. Listen, like I tell y'all all the time, a lot of times the source of your shame is right here in your phone. It's right here in your contacts list. A lot of your biggest pain is in your contacts list. A lot of your depression is right here in your contacts list. A lot of your pain is on this social media. It's comparing yourself. I tell y'all all the time, comparison is a curse. Because you may love another man's field, but you can't handle the weeds. You hear me? You got to understand the source. Where's this stuff coming from? Let me see. We hit embrace grace. That's how I want to. That's the final point I really want to make today. I want to talk to y'all. Listen, y'all. Let me see. Let's go, dear brother, the advice, y'all. Let's go, dear brother, the advice. And let's go, dear sister, the advice. I want to spend a little time. I'm not in a rush this morning. I want to spend a little time giving out advice for some of y'all that are dealing with some things in your life. It's advice time. All right. It's advice time. So if you need advice on something in your life, relationship, marriage, business, hey, Christian, I just don't know which way I should go with this. Jump in the chat right now and spill your guts, man. I'm going to spend some time answering some questions. All right. All right. Let me see. I think I need a new camera, y'all. It's like the dustiness is just horrifying. Let me see. Goodness gracious, camera. This is terrible. All right. Let me see. Natasha, I literally woke up late, and I got right on this video when you said everything I needed to hear. See? It's like you knew exactly without me even telling you. Listen, God knew. God knew. God knew, sis. God knows all things. Let me tell you. Let me see. All right. How do you beat shame? All right. First, number one, how do we beat shame? Recognize the source. Where is this shame feeling coming from? What's driving this pain? What's driving this shame? What's driving it? What's driving it? Negative words, right? What's the trigger for the shame, right? Because shame needs something inside of you. It can push, right? So for you, Natasha, obviously this biggest shame is coming from this relational thing, right? And that's why it's the first thing that you need to let go. Especially when your shame has already told you what it's going to do to you. See, that's why shame is so spiritual. See, shame is so spiritual. Shame told you what it was going to do to you. See, it wants you to believe. This is what shame wants you to believe that it's not that bad. That's the lie shame wants to tell you. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. So the first thing you have to do with shame is you have to recognize the source. What's the source of my shame? Right? Why am I feeling like I'm feeling? What's the source? Right? What's the source? The next thing you have to do is you have to slow your pace down, because you don't run your way out of shame. You decide your way out of shame. Once you realize what the source of your shame is, you have to decide how did it get here, and then you have to decide how to get it out. See, removing shame, guilt, doubt from your life is strategic. It has nothing to do with emotions. The first thing I want you to do, Natasha, and everybody else in here, if you're trying to beat shame, is separate yourself from the emotionalism of shame. Because you don't get out of shame with emotions. Crying or none of that will get you out of shame. Decisions decide. Let me see. Xavier, my main man. Yesterday you mentioned serial daters are folks dealing with shame. Yes. How can a person here you go. Okay. How can a person step into understanding that shame and moving forward from? Okay. Let's put that up. Yesterday you mentioned serial daters, and folks dealing with shame. Yes. Okay. So this is the thing. This is what happened with serial daters. I used to be a serial dater. Serial dating, what happens is you're looking to fulfill something in yourself. Right? And you're looking for like love from other people you're looking for a hero, basically. This is what happens with serial dating. You're looking for a hero. And then when that person can't meet the ridiculous expectations you put on them, because your expectation is for them to heal you, fix you, or give you so much happiness that you forget about your pain. And when that person brings any pain to your life, which every human is going to do, then you bounce. Because you're not actually looking for a person. You're looking for medicine. And shame will tell the serial dater, it's just the person. You just haven't met the right person. right? Because shame never wants you to deal with it, right? Shame will always make you pursue something else. Because shame knows the only way to get it out of your life is for you to decide here. It's not going to be a person. It's not going to be a date. It's not going to be marriage. It's not going to be having a baby. It's not going to be any of these events. It's not going to get your master's, your PhD, and all the other things we do to try to get us past pain in our life. You got to realize that the hole in you, no human was born to fill. Decisions decide. Decisions decide. Let me see. Man, I've been homeless for a year, and it's like I can't go home, because it's not home anymore, I know I need to overcome this, but how can you release the shame, allowing yourself to fail in life and restart? Let me see. Let me see. What I got? Let me see. I'm gonna read something to you, bro. First of all, I love you for answering this question. Hey, Will Counsel, I'm on your side, bro. Let me see. I'm gonna read the back for you, Will. I don't know if you have this book, Home Where Hurt Men Heal. Go on Amazon. I'll send it to you. Email me. I'll send this book wherever you can go get it. You hear me? Email me. I'll send this book wherever you can go get it. Just because we don't say it or portray it or display it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Pain, disappointment, embarrassment, and shame are real. These are the vices that kill us far before disease ever will. Most of us put up a fake smile, willing to live a fake life only to die a real death, never reaching our fullest potential. This is called death before dying. And my dear brother, you do not deserve that. Within these pages lie a powerful invitation to peel back the layers, confront the mask that you were forced to wear, and embrace the truth. This book is a rallying cry for men who refuse to settle for a life of quiet desperation. Instead, aspire to a full, passionate, and authentic life. If you're ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery, longing to rediscover the essence of who you are, here we go, Will, and forge a path toward an amazing future, then Home is the book for you. You've been waiting for it. It's time to tear down the walls, break free from the shackles of conformity, and find your way back home. Hey, Will, you got to go home before you go home. You hear me, Will? Will, you got to go home before you go home. Because if you don't go home before you go home, you'll never, even if home accepts you, you won't feel accepted. Will, let me pray for you right now. Look, I'm sorry, y'all. This is who I am. Will, I'm going to pray for you right now. Holy Spirit, I thank you for Will Counsel. I thank you for my brother. I thank you for his life. I thank you for his vulnerability on this channel right now. I thank you for the opportunity to speak with him. I thank you for the opportunity to pray for him. I pray that today, this very day we're praying. In fact, I pray, Lord, over the next hour or so, that Will would begin to detach from the things that's not allowing him to see himself for who he is. I pray that home, he would know the home is in his heart. Home is self-acceptance. Home is self-love, self-care. Home is honesty with self. Lord, so I pray that once he goes home within, then he'll be able to go home and accept the love that's there for him. I pray that in Jesus' name for my brother. Amen. Hang in there, Will. I'm on your side, my brother. Hang in there, bro. Let me see. It started with my mother. My mother is just like my husband. They are both narcissists. Okay. I gave her a chance after chance because it's my mother. In which I brought the same into my marriage. Chance after chance, hurt after hurt. Chance after chance, hurt after hurt. I'm fighting for something I never get from them. I cut my mom off 2 months ago and he's next. I feel like I'm grieving the death of two people that are still alive. So this is the thing. Let's not talk about your ex-husband anymore. Let's talk about your relationship with your mom. Right? Because this is the thing, Natasha. The relationship with your mom is what drove you to the arms of your husband. See, we can go on and talk about mom and all that. We got to talk about husband. We got to talk about, we can talk about husband. We got to talk about mom, because the relationship with mom is what drove you to that. right? Because what I'm sensing from you is that you're a constant caretaker, and you feel like if I can, the more I care, the more somebody's going to receive that care. Some people aren't built to understand receiving love. There are some people who don't understand love. Y'all hear me? I'm talking to everybody, right? There are some people who do not understand love. No matter how much you give it, it's not in them to receive it, right? And I think that in a sense, without you consciously making this decision, Natasha, I think in a sense what's happening with you is that you then are trying to fix the relationship with your mom, right? But if I can hold on to this man, then that kind of fixes that. No. That's why they're the two same people. Because at the end of the day, it's you trying to heal something in you by looking for love from people that won't give it to you. All you can do playing that game is to run out of energy and collapse. You deserve more than that, my sister. You deserve way more than that. Let me see. Book is on Kindle Unlimited too, if anyone uses a Kindle. All right. Thank you for the commercial, my sister. See, that's why I love my community. All right. Let me see. Hey, y'all, go get it. ChristianWonders.com. Removing the Shame, Part 1. Who caused your delay? Because when I deal with shame in 3 parts. That's why I wrote 3 different parts on this thing. The first part is the people we let in our life that cause shame. Right? It's the people we let in our life that cause shame. Go on ChristianWonders.com. This ebook is on sale for $5 right now. Go to ChristianWonders.com. Grab this book right now. Let me see. And for some of you that are mentally and emotionally fatigued, go to my website, ChristianWonders.com. This book is also on sale for $5. Ebook, Overcoming Fatigue, Mentally Emotional Fatigue. Go pick it up. Let me see. This started way before my marriage. It started with my mom. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of stuff we carry, y'all. A lot of the shame and stuff you carry from your childhood. And it's easy to blame who you dated, your prom date, your old boo. It's easy to say, look, my ex-girl did this to me. Listen, a lot of this stuff comes straight from your childhood. And for many of us, it's living a life where you never felt accepted anywhere. I don't know who I'm talking to, man, but it's living a life where you never felt accepted anywhere. And that's why a lot of us are dealing with it. Because a lot of us, you're not looking for a husband or a wife or none of that. You're looking for somebody to freaking accept you. You're just looking for somebody to accept you. And the issue is that many of us, because shame is on you, you're trying to earn it. Will counsel. Man, thank you. Because finding a brother that'll be vulnerable enough to to say what you said, bro. Thank you. You're the man, bro. You're the man. All right. So let me cover these things again, y'all. We're dealing today with conviction versus shame. Shame has a voice. Conviction is good. Conviction lets you know something needs to change. Conviction says you did something wrong. Let's get it right. Shame says you are something wrong and you can't get up. Right? Slow your pace. Slow the pace of your life. Understand that the goals in your life are no good without you there. You hear me? The goals in your life are no good without you present. You have to be present for it to actually be a goal. Because even if you reach something, it'll make you smile for a couple hours. But when you still know that there's something deep in you haven't fully gotten in touch with, you'll still always feel very, very bad about yourself. Slow your pace. Realize that the greatest success is inward. And inward success is what drives outward success. Inward success is what maintains outward success. Look within first. The first success is inward. All right. Let me introduce one more book to y'all. For some of y'all, this Christian people who are trying to figure out what in the world is going on with the church, Amazon.com is available to you right now. For some of y'all out there, I pastored for 26 years, traveled the world. For 15, I've been all over the world teaching. I love God with all my heart. I'm very disappointed in what the church has been doing. I wrote this book in 2019, right before the pandemic. God told me to write this book and retire from everything I knew. This book is available to you on Amazon right now. Go pick it up. Listen, it's changing people's lives, man. Go pick it up. All right, let me see who else is in the chat. Oh, ladies, I got to go pick it up. Solar Sarah, ladies, also Solar Sarah is available to you right now. All right, come on, Cameron. My goodness. Solar Sarah, ladies, go get it. Amazon.com right now. I'm getting a new camera. In fact, y'all, my birthday is on Saturday. I turned 45 years old. I made it. December 7th. Hey, ladies, Solar Sarah, go pick it up right now. Right? These 3 books are available. Solar Sarah, I Left Church to Serve God. Home Where Hurt Men Heal. All right? Oh, you know what, Will, I hope you're still on here. Will, if you're still on here, bro, email me. Send me your email. I can send you the ebook. I got an ebook. I can for home. I want you to have it today. Send me your email, bro. Send me your email. I can send this. I got a link I can send you. All right. Let me see. I need to do a one-on-one. Yes. Hey, y'all. I offer one-on-one coaching on my website, christianwinners.com. Go set up your one-on-one coaching. All right. Right. I feel like I'm doing group counseling sessions every morning. Right. So let's set up your one-on-one. Of course. Set up your one-on-one. See, I love y'all. Philly had hers. Philly had a one-on-one. Like, she's replying to you, Natasha. She said it's worth it. All right, yeah. Go set up your one-on-ones, y'all. For some of y'all that need one-on-ones, go set up the one-on-one counsel. All right, I got it. I set it up. ChristianWinners.com. I also do group counseling. For some of y'all sisters, y'all got a group of friends. Let me just finish up with commercials today, y'all. Sisters, y'all got a group of friends. One of the things I want to do, I'm gonna tell you, I want to do this, y'all. Let's get him a camera for his birthday. Y'all crazy. I love y'all so much. Listen, sisters, I'm very excited as a brother to sit down with the ladies. Ladies, if y'all got a group of girlfriends, if it's 5 or 6 of y'all, set up a Zoom coaching with me. I'll get on with 5 or 6 of y'all, your group of friends, and we'll do a personal, me and y'all, we'll sit down on a Zoom call and we'll go through this book together. Go on my website. You can book it. It's group counseling. You got when you go on my website, you'll see one-on-one, you'll see group counseling, right? Group. So if you got a group of sisters or y'all brothers, you got a group of men, right? You got a group of men, we'll set up a Zoom, man. Personal Zoom, group of you men, family, church groups, Muslim groups. Look, I'll come to the trap house, wherever people are, man. I'm in the human capital. I'm into lifting people up, all right? So listen, y'all could do a book study with the author. All right, go on my website right now, y'all, christianwinners.com. Y'all could do a group study on this. Y'all can do a book club with the author. Set it up. I love small group stuff. 5 to 10 people. I'll set up a Zoom. We can go right in on it. Yolanda, yes. Tamika is sending it out today. I am the worst administrator in the world. I'm gifted to teach and love on people. I need a team of administrators. I'm a one-man band, and I'm sorry. So sorry. You're not the only one that I owe a book to. I owe a book to somebody else too, y'all. So Tamika is handling all that today. She told me, give me the book so I can mail them out. All right. Yolanda, you did email me you sent me your address, right? If you message it to me, remind me where you sent it so I can get that out to you today, sister. My apologies. Xavier, my man. See, Xavier signed. Yes, I think next week. I want to say next Wednesday. I think I saw you sign up next Wednesday. I'm excited to talk to you, Xavier. Absolutely. Hey, y'all. Absolutely. Go on my website, y'all. It's the resource for everything you need. Again, go on there, grab the ebooks. Thank you for everybody who's been buying the ebooks, right? Removing the Shame, part 1 is available. Overcoming Fatigue is available. All right. Overcoming Mental and Emotional Fatigue is available. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. It's been a great show. Tomorrow, Relationship Friday. We're talking about abusive relationships. Tomorrow, Relationship Friday. We're talking about abusive relationships tomorrow. We're going to get into it. Not only physical, we're talking mental, we're talking social, we're talking emotional. We're getting into it tomorrow, all right? Set up your one-on-one, y'all. It's donation-based. It's donation-based counseling, okay? Again, I was in a situation where I needed help and I had no money, and I would, nobody would see me, nobody would help me. So I do donation-based counseling, y'all. So when you appreciate what I'm doing for you, you can donate, and it can help me do it for somebody else who has nothing. Okay, that's what I'm doing. People say I'm crazy. You crazy? How you gonna make money? Listen, I've been trusting God all my life. God will take care of me as long as I take care of his people. So that's why I do donation-based counseling. Y'all can go on, all right, and check it out. Again, go get those books. I got to get out of here, y'all, today. Remember that you matter, y'all. To my brothers, you matter. Stand tall. You matter. You matter to me, but you got to know you matter to you. And my sisters, always know that you are worth it. You're worth every good decision you'll make for yourself. I love you all very much, my brothers and my sisters. And as we always close the show, hey, yesterday is history. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. We got right now. We got Thursday, y'all. What you gonna do with it? What you gonna do about it? Love yourself. You're brilliant. You're brave. You're bold. And brother loves you. I'm out of here. I see y'all tomorrow. Relationship Friday.